Under everyone's seat here is a $5 Amazon gift card because I've been trying to improve my stage presence. Sorry. Hi everybody! Thank you so much for coming out tonight. I first want to say, Dust did such an amazing job promoting this event on social media, so give Sanjit a hand for that. I mean, I wouldn't know because who needs Instagram when you have the Woo bathrooms? And I don't know if you've noticed lately, but there have been less posters in the stalls, so either there's less events going on or every girl is constipated. But yeah, so today is my first time ever performing stand-up. Ooh. Oh, stop. And I've been really nervous about it for a variety of reasons. Main one being a lot of the time that I should have spent writing the set was instead spent writing a paper about quantum teleportation for my modern physics class. Yeah, Mario knows what I'm talking about. And I know what you're all thinking. Ooh, physics. Every time I tell someone that I'm in physics that's not 140 or 150, they look at me like I have mono. I'll be like, I'm in physics 264, and they'll be like, girl, you need to get that checked out. And the best part is they'll always like take a step back, like they'll like take a step away from me, like I'm gonna like spread something to them. But yeah, so I'm a sophomore, which means that it's major declaration time just around the corner, and I'm leaning towards physics or biophysics, but it doesn't really matter because all science degrees are BS. But like last year when I was still figuring stuff out, I used to make up my own majors. This one time for a Pratt lunch event, I said my major was reverse engineering, which at the time I was just envisioning like 10 people that would like take all the SolidWorks and 3D prints and just beat the shit out of them. This other time I said my major was reverse psychology, or was that what I wanted you to think? The third time I did this, I wrote biophysics, and that's when they were like, aha, we got you, you fucking liar. Biophysics? Duke would never recognize biophysics as a real thing. That's like quantitative sociology or digital humanities or Asian American studies. So Duke would never recognize biophysics as a real thing. But yeah, I'm a biophysics major. And speaking of major things, it was Diwali a couple weeks ago. Okay, got some Diwali fans in the house. And I didn't do anything. And as a first-gen Indian American, sometimes it's hard to feel, one with my culture. And after thinking about it for a while, I realized it's because I don't like Indian desserts. And I don't like them because they're uncreative. Don't believe me? Can anyone here name an Indian dessert? You could shout them out. Okay, thank you. So for those of you who aren't familiar with Indian cuisine, let me give you some explanations. Gulab Jamun is deep-fried balls in sugar syrup. Khaja is deep-fried flaky balls in sugar syrup. Balusha is slightly larger deep-fried balls in sugar syrup. Jalebi is deep-fried squiggly balls in sugar syrup. Rasgulla is milky balls in sugar syrup. And rasmalai is milky balls in milky sugar syrup. A similar thing can be said about laddu, I don't know if anyone's heard of that, which is chickpea flour, butter, sugar balls. Mysore pak is chickpea flour, butter, sugar squares. And son papdi is whiter Mysore pak. But do you see what I'm getting at here? Something else that pisses me off is the redundancy of Indian foods. I don't know if y'all have ever been to India, but this one time I saw a street sign for egg omelets. And I'm like, I didn't know you had to specify. This other time I was on a train and they were like, we're gonna be giving out bread toast. And again, what else is the toast made out of? Non-bread? Or there's my favorite, which is you get at the grocery stores, even in the US, which is Cadbury Dairy Milk. And I don't know why you need the dairy, because everyone knows you didn't fucking use oat milk. All the oat milk went into the white people's chai tea. But jokes aside, I love Indian food. It's probably like the most Indian thing about me, like I'm not in HSA or Diya or, I didn't grow up watching a lot of Hindi movies. I even have a white name. Like, not the kind that's like, oh, it's like Sanskrit for love. Like, no, I just have like a genuinely white name. And I think that's such a quintessential first-gen immigrant experience, You may feel distant from where you call home, but you still feel a part of that community. You still feel connected to the history, the memories, the traditions, despite being miles and even kilometers away. this phenomenon that I'm trying to describe of detachment but connection, it's actually kind of a metaphor for quantum entanglement. Grossly oversimplified, of course, but it's that same idea of two things being really far apart, but being linked in such a way that they depend on each other. And no one knows why it happens or how it happens, but it happens, and it's really beautiful. And I know some of the physics people here will probably come after me for that explanation, but that's okay, because they're all writing their stupid paper. Maybe I should have stuck with reverse psychology. Thank you so much.